Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to this channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope the beginning of the year, the beginning of the month is going good. So this channel is run by two sisters. I'm going to be your host today, Star. I'm going to keep this audio short and sweet. But essentially I just wanted to do some art, and I needed like a buffer to kind of like, a transitional piece whenever I feel like I really want to draw, but I really can't do something digitally at the moment, or just something is not really like sparking anything, like any inspiration isn't coming to mind. I tend to like go back to my defaults, which is definitely okay because I don't like do my default, like the things I want to draw or doodle. I don't tend to do them like religiously, consistently. So whenever I need to do art, but I just don't have the passion to do it, or I can't really have any ideas, I just double back to my defaults. And one of my defaults is always doing something food related, painting, sketching, etc. Another of my defaults, if you've been on the channel, probably seen it a lot. I love doing like quick doodle portraits, stylized portraits, sometimes semi-realism portraits. That's another one of my defaults. But today, we're doing food. And usually I always do like fruits and vegetables, but this time around I'm doing like actual like food items. So like eggs, mini tomatoes, like things like that. So yeah, it's a food in like a crock pot, but I do, spoilers, kind of half-ass the crock pot and really just mainly paint the food, which I'm not upset about because I don't know, I feel like that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to paint food and I did it, and I didn't really care about the pot. I could have like not paint the pot or just like not have drawn it in the first place, but I didn't want to just do like floating food. I did want it to kind of be put into like something, so I thought a pot would be, I don't know, it just made sense, or maybe like a plate or something, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Overall I still like the piece, and overall I still like the process that I kind of went to doing this. I think a difference from how I usually paint with gouache, or I'm sorry, I don't think I said it, but I'm using my HIMI Gouache set. I think a difference of how I usually approach painting is I never really do line art. I'm just, even in digital art, I'm a kind of like paint over your sketch type of gal, and that's how I kind of like, approach my stuff. And I think it's because digitally I do it, so usually in my sketchbook I kind of do it the same way. But prior to doing this piece, and if you had seen the vlog that I had posted, I think sometime in February, I believe. It's been like a couple of weeks now, but if you've seen that vlog, then I did these like portrait paintings for the first time, and in those paintings I did line art, and I really liked how it looked. I liked how the line art was coming through, so I was gonna attempt it this time around, but it didn't really work out too well. I mean, the line art was fine. I liked how the line art look. I never do line art digitally. I never do line art digitally anymore, so I like how traditionally the line art looked. But I kind of also approached painting in a different way, in terms of I didn't really use gouache as like watercolor, because gouache is a watercolor based medium. And so usually I always approach gouache in the past, like light washes, build on top of that. But this time around, I put everything down, like from the first layer of like my underpainting to like the layers of the food. I kind of put everything down thick with less water. It wasn't exactly like what I wanted to do. It just kind of ended up happening that way. So a lot of the line art was already covered up as if it was just like my sketch lines underneath. But overall, I don't think that it really added anything or took away anything from the overall piece. And I don't think like the end product looks bad without it, or with how I painted it. So overall, I'm pretty happy. I think the process was about roughly 2 hours, and I did what I had to do. I really, really liked it. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm a little bit strict with myself in terms of like what I do in my sketchbook and what I do in my like iPad with digital art, or what I do on my XC Pen tablet in Clip Studio Paint. And I kind of have these kind of rules for myself, and I feel like I'm a lot less forgiving in my sketchbook since I do it less as opposed to digital art. So that mindset that I have for my sketchbook, that kind of like freeness, and that and how I forgive myself in terms of like the art that I put in my sketchbook, I do want to transfer that mindset to everything else, because then it kind of gets a little bit challenging when I like the stuff that I do in my sketchbook, even if I consider it bad. But if I put that same thing in my digital work, it's 100% bad. And I'm like, oh God, I don't know. I just kind of needed something light and positive to do. And I know that since I'm a lot more forgiving of myself traditionally, that I was going to do this traditionally. And I loved it. And I just hope that I can branch out that mindset to everything else. So I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. I don't have much to say. So apologies for that, but hopefully you kind of understand what I'm saying, because I feel like I jumbled my words up at the end at the end there. But hopefully all is well. Stay safe, stay warm. Jen and I will see you in another video. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Bye, guys. So I am done. I was a little nervous, a little bit in the middle there, and I did put more dedication and time into what was inside the pot than outside of the pot. But overall, I still like how this piece came out, and I'm glad that I am continuing experimenting with gouache a little bit, because I really do like the medium. But yeah, overall, I like how this piece came out. So, it's getting a little bit dark, so we can peel the washi tape off now.